Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem El Shai, Ba'ashem El Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and all well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Paya Allah. This is Judges, the 15th chapter, which reads, But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid. And he said, I'll go in to my wife into the chamber, but her father would not suffer him to go in. And her father said, I verily thought that thou hadst utterly hated her, therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not her younger sister fairer than she? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her. And Samson said concerning him, Now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and took firebrands, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between two tails. Now, I mean, it's pretty plain what's being said, but I just wanted to dwell on the point that, because it only just hit me right now, he caught 300 foxes. When Yahweh Shai called Herod a fox is someone that's known for being I don't want to say smooth or maybe dexterous. There's an actual word. It's not conniving, but there's a word. I'm sure you could just look up fox and synonyms as an attributes of a fox, and a good word will come up. But the point being is that they're hard to be, they're quite nimble. So the fact that he did that with 300 foxes says quite a lot, to speak to this point. All right, verse 5. And when he had set the brand on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines, and burnt up both the shocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and olives. Then the Philistines said, Who hath done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion. And the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with fire. Now that's in a way it's poetic, because his wife sold him out to the Philistines, and as his father said, he dipped out after everything that unfolded in the last chapter, but then had a change of heart later on, and got a kid and went back to see his wife. Now, the choice that the father had made wound up basically sowing their end. All right, whereby ultimately what the Philistines said they would have done to them, all right, due to Samson, putting forth the riddle, it wound up befalling upon them. And that's the way the Heavenly Father, the world, they'll say karma, but the Lord, he says he's not, the Most High is not mocked. Be ye not ignorant, the Most High is not mocked. For that which a man sow shall he also reap. And they reaped their actions, all right, back onto themselves. And Samson said unto them, Though ye have done this, yet will I be avenged of you. And after that I will cease. And he smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter, and he went down and dwelt in the top of the rock Etam. Right, so even though they sought to put end to their plight, the Philistines' plight, by killing the father and wife of Samson, father-in-law and wife of Samson, he said he still was gonna get them, right? Verse 9. Then the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah and spread themselves in Lehi. And the men of Judah said, Why are ye come up against us? And he answered Tobiah Samson, Are we come up to do to him as he have done to us? Bear this in mind, all right, that they came to do to him. They went up to Lehi and they went to, bind up Samson and to only do to him as he had done to them. Get revenge, all right, and doing what he did unto them. Verse 11. Then 3,000 men of Judah went up to the top of the rock Etam, and said unto Samson, Knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? So these Judahites basically, they were shooketh, all right, and they were, beholden to the powers that be over them, the Philistines. And they just looked at it like, look, Samson, you're fucking with everything that's going on, and you're causing, you're creating a difficult time for us in this present time. All right? What is this that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, As they did unto me, so I have done unto them. And they said unto him, We are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, Swear unto me that ye will not fall upon me yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, No, but we will bind thee fast, tight, and deliver thee into their hand. But surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords, fresh rope, all right, that, hadn't been waxed old or hadn't been weakened in any sense, and brought him up from the rock. And when he had come unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the Spirit of the Lord Jehovah came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from his hands. And he found a new jawbone on an arse, and put forth his hand and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said, With the jawbone of an arse, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an arse have I slain 1,000 men. Now, this is deep, man, because this just shows you, if this was like a rap, it's like a multi-entendre. Because Lehi, when you go into the Hebrew, is Lahai, all right? Lahai, which basically means jaw, all right, or jawbone. So, jawbone of an animal, cheek of a man, jaw, when you go into the root word. So basically, the place where he was on a Mount Etam. I didn't look up Mount Etam. I would like to. I'll probably do it afterwards and write in the comments if it's befitting to anything. All right, but basically, what it was is when he came down to Lahai, only that's when the Lord, and they the Philistines which pitched there in the hopes of getting their revenge. As soon as he touched there, the Spirit of the Lord came upon him. All right, so they sought to do him some wrong, but the moment he touched base, so to speak, the Spirit of Heavenly Father, fell upon him. All right, and the bands fell off him, and only according to the place's namesake, he used that place. He got a jawbone, a weapon, took it in his hand and slew 1,000 men. But that wouldn't have happened had it not been for what? The Spirit of the Lord falling upon him and strengthening his mind, all right, to do these actions. All right. Verse 17, and it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking, they cast away the jawbone out of his hand and called the place Ramoth Lahai, or Lahai, which basically is a high place, or high place hill of the jaw. All right. So So that's only got its namesake due to that great slaughter that he made in that place. Verse 18. And he was sore first, and let's be even more deeper it gets. And he was sore first and called on the Lord Yahweh and said, Thou hast given this great deliverance into the hand of thy servant, and now shall I die for thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised. But the Most High clave a hollow place that was in his jaw, same in that place, even a greater act being done in Lahai, or at Ramoth, Lahai, being out of what? There being a hollow made in the jaw of Samson. For what? It says, verse 19, and the Most High clave a hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water thereout. And when he had drunk, his spirit came again, and he revived, wherefore he called the name thereof En-Hakkore, which is in Lahai unto this day. And I need to look that up as well. And he judged Israel the days of the Philistines 20 years. So in that moment, he became a judge over the house of Israel. So I pray you are edified. To the next one. Shalom. Shalom.